birthing stories, as it is Labor Day here in the US of America, where we have presidents, not kings, since the beginning. 1776. So I am still struggling with the allergy situation while waiting for hopefully tomorrow, my allergist office to resubmit my Xolair immunosuppressant monthly injections to my insurance and to get all that situated. If by miracles, which I don't really believe in miracles, but you never know, we might be able to get the Xolair by like Wednesday. That would be amazing. Until then, sorry, there will be the coughing and the throat clearing. I will try to stay away from the microphone when doing that. Anyway, I could also take a little bit extra of the medicine. Just a sec. Okay. So while we're doing this, while I'm getting this, I'm going to tell you, we are talking about birthing, laboring, being born, giving birth, giving life. Let's see if hopefully that helps a little bit. Oh, I can also do the steroids. This stuff is so nasty. It's called azolastine, if you've ever heard of it. Nasty. There's a new version of it, but I didn't get that one refilled, so I was stuck using my backup. Anyway, let's see. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Melinda. Hello, Pamela. All right. It does not matter if you have not given birth yourself, because you've been birthed. You've been born. So you have absolutely been part of a birthing story. But of course, also, I do want to talk quite a bit about giving birth, the laboring process, laboring stories, whether things went really well, whether things went really wrong, advice that you would give to any other expectant mothers on their birthing journey, what you learned along the way, what you wish you had known, and that is where we are going to start. We are going to start with what I wish I had known before giving birth. I wish I had known just how incredibly important those breathing classes are. Hello, Joe. Thanks so much for being here. I wish I had known. I wish I had taken the Lamaze, the breathing, the whatever, if not for this amazing, fabulous, blonde-haired nurse. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but if not for her in the labor and delivery with me, with my first, Olivia, I would not have made it through. I would not have made it. Hi, Liz. Hello, the signs. Oh God, Pamela, that would have been tricky. So anyway, there was this nurse, and she was absolutely wonderful. And she got her face right in my face and helped me to breathe and helped me to find a spot in the ceiling or on the wall across the way to just focus just only on that and just stay on that. She helped me so much until my epidural. Oh. Hey, the Sigma, fuck you. Okay. So anyway, we're going to put this on subs only. He's like, or she, or it, is like, stop yapping. What the hell do you think this is?
A live stream?
Anyway, what am I supposed to be doing? Knitting? No offense to knitters. I think it's wonderful. But anyway, no, not hide the signs, Bonnie. Fuck the signs. Okay, so anyway, if you didn't know, here on this channel of mine, I do not have censors or filters. Other than mostly sometimes trying to stay monetized. We'll see if that happens with this one. I blame the signs. But anyhow, So I didn't know so many things when first giving birth. So that was number one. I did not know just how incredibly important those classes are and being able to breathe through your contractions. And once I learned how to do the breathing with that amazing nurse, now I have used those breathing exercises in my other two live deliveries, in the loss of a pregnancy, and also in so many other pain situations that I have experienced. Hi, Holly. Okay. Sorry, that was like right into the mic. I'll try not to do that. But anyhow, that was one of the big ones that I learned. Please tell me before we get to the second one of things that I learned. Hi, Judy. What was the number one thing, and I know there's going to be several things, but the number one thing that you wish you had known before giving birth, before going into labor? Happy Labor Day here in the US of America. Again, where we have presidents, not kings, since 1776. Okay. I felt it was an appropriate pink, because I wear pink on Menopause Mondays. I felt it was an appropriate shirt to wear. Oh, Holly, no. I am so sorry that you are doing poorly and not feeling well, but I am grateful to have you with us. I hope that you get back into good nick. Am I using that word correctly? I've heard it on some British shows. No, it's a British thing, like in good nick. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you get well very quickly, and that you do wonderful. Renee, hello, my darling. I am still dealing with the allergy situation. We will hopefully, like at the very soonest, have the Xolair available on Wednesday, but still be on like the steroids and other medications for a while. So anyway, okay, so breathing exercises, they are very important. So future mothers out there, expectant mothers, and also expectant fathers and partners, or other moms. I'm not sure how exactly it's done in the lesbian community. I know in like my favorite lesbian couple that I follow, the Jessica Keldron Fozards, they have like mommy and mama, or I guess they're in England, so it's mummy and mama. I don't know. Anyway, but anyhow, for the person giving birth and their partner, breathing exercises are so important. You do not have to go to an organized class, though I think that would be useful. But you can look up videos here on YouTube. You can find videos of almost anything on YouTube. I am telling you, having given birth, live birth 3 times, the breathing is vital. Vital. And some of you will say, oh, but I'm going to get an epidural. I don't need that. Honey, they won't give you the epidural until you're in active labor. They won't even admit you till you're far enough along in active labor. And especially if you live in Utah, and especially if you live in like Utah County, where people are breeding like rabbits and there's moms all the damn time giving birth, and so limited space. You know what I'm talking about? They won't take you. They won't take you. In my experience, it wasn't until I was dilated to at least a 6. How do they figure out if you're dilated? Oh, that's another thing you're going to want to know. We'll come back to that. Let me write it down. Look at this fabulous product I'm going to be doing a video of. Stay tuned for that. Dilation. Oh, that's going to be fun. We're going to talk about that, but I have my pen and paper with me so we don't forget. Excuse me. So, no, just because you're going to get an epidural does not mean you don't need breathing exercises, because it's not, oh, I walk in or roll into the hospital and boom, epidural. Not the way it works. Girl, you're going to suffer. You are going to suffer. It's like a required part. Now, some people are going to say, oh, well, my mom this, and with my births this. Great. Good for you. You must have done something amazing in a past life. And so in this reincarnation, your births were like super easy. You are the exception. You're the exception. You're abnormal. Yay for you. I'm so happy for you. This is not for you. Okay, this is for like the 99% of everybody else, right? Okay, so epidurals, don't count on that. Don't count on that and say, that's my reason I don't need to know how to breathe. That was my excuse. I'm getting an epidural. What do I need to? Oh, that I had done the breathing exercises, that I had learned those. Hi, Rita. Rita, I don't know if you saw the short video I put up yesterday. Rita, that was for you. Well, it was for everybody. But Rita, I need you to watch that after our live stream. I put up your wind chime out in one of the front gardens, and I'd love for you to see it. I've been enjoying it so much. So anyway, so the breathing exercises, epidural is not a guarantee and doesn't happen the second you walk in the door. And you might walk in the door in all kinds of pain, but not be far enough along, okay, in your process to even get the epidural. And they might order the epidural, and then you get to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait till the anesthesiologist can get in there to help you. But again, if you're in a place like Utah or Utah County specifically, and there's people breeding like rabbits and everyone feels like God wants them to have 25 kids each, there's going to be lots of other mothers. You got to get in line. And what if there's only one anesthesiologist available to the labor and delivery ward that day? Healthcare in America. So you're going to be waiting. You're going to be struggling. You're going to be suffering. And you need to find a way to get through it. As I was saying, gratefully, so incredibly grateful for the nurse that was available to me. She had blonde hair. I believe she had blue eyes. She was just the most wonderful. She was my lifesaver that day. You might not have someone like her available to you to teach you baptism by fire, to teach you on the job how to breathe while you're laboring. Now, let's get to the next part of number 1, which is the breathing. Back to epidurals in this number 1. Oh, I'm going to get an epidural. It's all good. Well, you don't know how your body is going to labor. You might be one of those people where instead of it taking 12 to 30 to 40 hours of labor, it might take 4 or 5 or 1 or 2. You don't know. Isn't that great? It's all this big gamble, and you just prepare. You prepare for absolutely everything you can, and then cross your fingers and see what happens. Cross your fingers and open your legs, and here we go. Okay, so what if you don't get there in time? What if you don't get there in time to get an epidural, but you still have a difficult, painful delivery? What if you're just too far along and you're laboring because either you weren't able to get to the hospital in time, there was traffic, there was whatever, you didn't have a ride, you didn't want to have to pay for an ambulance, which I understand, except when you're in labor. But anyway, it is what it is. Whatever the reasons, or your process went much faster than you ever could have expected, even in your nightmares or your best dreams, whichever. And you're too far into your active labor to get the epidural. Or they think you're too far into your active labor to get the epidural. And then either it slows down, but it's still too far, and so they won't give you the epidural. Or, no, it's still coming along, but that last little bit, that crowning good God Lord. People wonder why I'm not religious and why I don't necessarily believe in a higher power that loves us. Crowning. So, I know, there are plenty of women who go without epidurals. Good for you. I'm so happy for you. I hope that somehow the screaming and crying and horror of it all made you feel better about your labor, your delivery, your baby, your value as a woman and a mother. I hope it was something. I hope it was something for you that you're proud of and that makes your life better somehow in some way. My epidural, when I was giving birth to Mariah, my youngest, did not work correctly. And then when it did work, it worked too much. So there, in my opinion, is no honor in going without the epidural. I've heard stories that, oh, I'll feel more at one with the process. Okay, all right. It'll be more beautiful. It'll be more whatever. If that is what floats your laboring boat, okay, just be careful, be safe. Okay, and do your breathing exercises. Learn how to do that. There are lots of other thoughts about why you wouldn't want an epidural, because the position that in the US that we labor in is not natural. And once you've had an epidural, you can't move. Like you're stuck in the bed with, your legs up in the stirrups and whatnot. Whereas if you don't have an epidural, you can walk around, you can crouch, you can get on all fours, you can do those kinds of things that are more natural for the mother's body in the laboring process. I could absolutely be cool with and accept and support, because it doesn't matter if I'm cool with or accept whatever your reason is, because it's your body and your birthing experience, and I just hope you'll be safe. But what I can support is if you say, well, you know what? I want to be able to move. I want to be able to crouch. I want to be able to get into a more natural birthing position. Fantastic. Do it, mama. I wish you the best. Okay? But that is all to get back to, you got to know the breathing. You need to be able to breathe. And then I highly recommend having, as this nurse taught me almost 20 years ago, have a point that you can look at. Don't worry about talking to people, entertaining relatives that probably shouldn't be in the room in the first place. Don't worry about some awful video or this lunacy of people that are live streaming this shit. No. Okay? No, that's wacky. Have your place that you're going to focus on, and that's where you're looking at, except during those times that you really feel the need to turn to your male companion and scream at them about how they did this to you. Every woman deserves that opportunity. You deserve it. Now, if you became pregnant without having a male partner because of insemination, et cetera, and it isn't actually the person with you's fault, I have something for that. You can say, why do I have to be the one? Or why are you just standing there? How come you just get to stand there? Something. You'll come up with something. But everyone who is going through the labor and delivery process, who is birthing, I believe, has the right to have that experience of being able to say, you bastard son of a whore, you did this to me. Everyone deserves that. Okay, so number 2. And this one is very fitting, I think, as number 2. And I will get back into the comments, I promise you. But I am trying, once I get on a roll and start talking, and especially when I have points I want to discuss, I want to finish those points, say what I need to say, finish a thought, and then get into the comments, because otherwise we're everywhere. You guys know this. So number 2 is that first bowel movement after you deliver is going to be a doozy. Now, I have never had a C-section. I got very close, with Mariah, but hallelujah, my doctor stepped in and vacuumed her out, and we were able to avoid the C-section experience. So I cannot speak to that with much firsthand knowledge. So I would love for anyone who has had C-sections to tell us their bowel movement experience, as much as you feel comfortable with, and any things that you feel would benefit other expectant mothers and future mothers feel free to tell us about that in the comments of the live stream or in the rebroadcast. I would be so grateful, and so would plenty of other women. Now, if you deliver vaginally, that I can speak to. Can we just say the Grand fucking Canyon? Your hoo-ha is never going to be the same again, babies. It will never be the same again. Never. There's surgeries. Did you know there's surgeries to like kind of put stuff back? That's some weird stuff. I actually looked into it because I thought about it because I went through some rough deliveries. But anyway, not going to actually do it. Good God. Now, just as I'm seeing stuff fly by, I see that Judy mentioned stool softeners. For whatever hellish, cruel reason, when I had my Olivia, my first live birth, nobody told me. Stool softeners. Demand stool softeners. No one told me, don't try to wipe. Nobody told me. Not my mother, who had birthed 8 live children. Not my nurse, not my doctor, not anybody, no one, nobody. Why? Why didn't they? Now, I can understand that there are some mother-daughter relationships, things like that, where that's a huge part of why we have this channel, where you don't talk about stuff like that. That's a big part of why we have this channel, is to break through those unhealthy communication barriers and nonsense like that about taboo subjects. But my God, how do you not tell your daughter, demand stool softener? Now, is this the same if you don't have an epidural? I would say yes. Yes, it is. Still get the stool softener. Still do it. Because you don't want any extra straining or trauma in your now Grand Canyon area of your body. I know they're not the exact same thing, but the whole thing's going to look and feel like a Grand fucking Canyon. Yes. Yes, it will. Believe me. Believe me. Believe me. Especially with my third one, having to have her vacuumed out. Oh. Anyway. She's sitting right here. So anyhow, but this is all good advice. These are things that she's going to know for the future, and she will not have to suffer. She will not have to suffer the way that I did. That's love. That is love. Now, once you have pushed that beautiful baby out, or maybe it's beautiful, hopefully it's beautiful, you never know what's going to come out.
That's so rude.
It is mean. It's cruel, but I've seen some.
Can't help it.
It is not the baby's fault, but I've seen some weird baby faces. Don't worry. Just because they have a weird baby face, that does not determine what they're going to look like when they grow up. I promise you. Okay? If they look like a little smushy alien, it's okay. It's okay. They might end up being a supermodel. You don't know. Okay? So please don't judge your child or other people's children by how they look fresh out of the birth canal. Okay.
Canal.
So, anyway. Anyway, your first number two after baby is going to be an experience. It is going to be an experience. It's not going to be fun. It is going to be painful, but ways that you can make it a little better, a little easier on yourself, and help yourself long-term. Stool softeners, and for the love of all that is holy to you and yours, do not try to wipe anything. They should give you a squeezy bottle. Fill it with water, little tube, and you squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That is the only thing you should use. The only reason at all that you should have any toilet paper in the vicinity is to just pat as gentle as you possibly can. Pat dry. That's it. That's all. You want to spray that area clean. Squeezy, squeezy, squeezy. Okay? This is vital. Why am I so insistent on this? Why do I share this? Why do I keep reiterating it? Well, because of my own personal story, which is incredibly personal and vulnerable and all of those things. But I share it because I don't want anyone else to ever have to go through what I did. So no, nobody told me. And of course, this was with my first live birth. And I got all kind of stretched out and messed up, okay? Because I'm actually quite small in the birthing area, okay? And luckily, I had small babies. But even with small babies, things got pretty stretched out. Well, no one had told me about stool softeners and that you should demand them. But I mean, I'm not going to say before you even see your little squishy face baby and hold them and take pictures, but maybe. Stool softener, now, right here. Stool softener, right here, right here, right here. Get that stool softener in your system so it can start doing its work right away. Right away. Now, I didn't get that. No one told me about it. Nobody. They also didn't tell me, don't attempt to wipe your ass after that first bowel movement. I knew I had a squeezy bottle. They'd shown me that. That's for cleaning yourself. Okay, no further instruction. They gave me more instruction on nursing my baby than they did on taking care of my hoo-ha and everything from the front to the back. Babies can use bottles, okay? All your business down there, your 3 holes and everything in and around and all that stuff, it does not easily repair when destroyed and not properly tended to after the massive, like, Grand Canyon destruction of childbirth, okay? So I did attempt wiping and squeezy bottle and wiping, no stool softener, horrific pain for starters. Horrific pain, okay? The epidural had worn off by this time. I had some light pain medicine, but they don't want you to be on too much pain medicine because you need to be getting up and walking so you don't get blood clots. And plus now you're tending to your baby and they want to get you out of the hospital so that the next, breeding like rabbits moms can come in Utah, okay? So, horrific pain. And 9 months later, kind of interesting how it ended up being a 9-month situation. But 9 months later, 9 months of horrific pain during what should have been one of the most beautiful times of my life, having a brand new baby. It's not all beautiful, guys. Even if you do take the stool softener, having a brand new baby is not beautiful. Are there beautiful moments and beautiful things? Absolutely. Oh God, so many precious, priceless. But there's so much that's not beautiful. That's just reality, okay? Your body's recovering. You're not getting any sleep. Sometimes you end up hallucinating because you've had so little sleep. Now, and still trying to maintain your life and put your life back together. And if you're in America and there's no paid parental leave, you're already back to work. So 9 months of the most horrific pain that I can scarcely describe to you anytime I had a bowel movement. We're talking, I was a lot skinnier then. I would put my hands on the sides of the toilet and lift myself off because it eased some of the pain. And I would scream. I would scream. The things our neighbors heard, who knows? Apartment living, what are you going to do? 9 months of using hemorrhoid creams and, all the Preparation H products and witch hazel, all of this stuff, and not knowing what I was doing wrong. And being told by my obstetrician, my family practice doctor, my mother, and all the other mothers that I spoke with, oh, hemorrhoids are totally normal after giving vaginal birth. Hemorrhoids are normal. Okay, so you do the hemorrhoid creams and you stick them up your ass and you squeeze the stuff in there and you do little wipes, little witch hazel wipes that you stick up in there or put in your underclothes and you take medicine and then you finally start taking stool softeners. You do discover that. And start taking those, and that helps a little bit. And there'll be phases where you're starting to feel pretty good. And then it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Like it'll start to get a little better, but then when it goes bad again, it's worse than what it was before. And this goes and this goes and this goes until you want to die or never eat again. And as someone who already was struggling with a lifelong eating disorder, things got really wacky there for a time. Okay. You don't want to eat because then you're going to have to take a crap. You're going to have a bowel movement and it's going to be hell. That gets very tricky. Well, 9 months after giving birth, and I could not take it anymore, and the hemorrhoid creams were not doing enough, and all those things that my obstetrician, OB, whatever, gynecologist, and family doctor, and everyone else had suggested were not working. And I was at my absolute breaking point. I finally got referred to a proctologist. That is an ass doctor. And it's a whole other experience. When you get to get on all fours on top of an examination table and drop your drawers, and they might, my experience, oh my God, they might give you a gown or something to cover you, or they might not. They might not. And you might flip back over and sit on the end of that examining table with your pants and underwear around your ankles while the doctor tells you what he has seen and what he plans to do. Yeah, that was my experience. Oh my God. But I will forever be grateful to that kind of weirdo. I think he was towards the end of his career. And so it was like, I don't care. You've seen one ass, you've seen them all. Here you go. This is what it is. And I've already been up your ass. You can just sit here because you've already been like defiled and disgraced. Just sit here and let's talk. I don't know his thought process. That's just kind of what I have put together in the, 19 years since then. So he schedules a surgery for me. We have to get the pre-authorization and all those things, insurance, la, la, la. It come to find out, I had to have a fissurotomy. Oh my God. People will say, oh, I had something like that and I had hemorrhoids too. No. This is not something like that and hemorrhoids and all that. No. Hemorrhoids is this little thing right here. Okay. Fissures, they're up here. There is no, no. I can't even tell you how many times I've talked to other women about, oh, well, I had hemorrhoids and I didn't, This is not hemorrhoids, my dears. This is World War III to your little skirmish when you have fissures. So they are open wounds, massive open wounds. Even after your Grand Canyon has come mostly 75% back to what it used to be, and you're able to have sex again and you're doing all those other things, you've still got your own little mini Grand Canyons right up your butthole. So every time you defecate, that means take a shit, your fecal matter, it's got to pass through. It's got to pass through that little canal. You've so many canals. It's like we're Venice. It's got to pass through that canal. And what does it pass as it's cruising along, slipping and sliding its way out? The fissures, the open wounds. And the fecal matter gets in to those open wounds and it grates along. I don't care how smooth it is. It grates along those open wounds, those nerve endings. I don't often think about the pain and the horror that was, because it still, to this day, really messes me up to think about how awful that was. And there were a lot of other difficult things going on in my life at that time as well. This one was just the cherry on the mountain of shit cake of my life at that time. Okay? All those nerve endings, raw nerve endings with no skin protection. Unspeakable. the horror and the pain. And don't dare try to take pain medicine to take care of it, especially not opioids or Tylenol, because they're going to slow your digestive system down even more. They're going to take the moisture and make it 100 times worse. So if you do end up with hemorrhoids and then fissures, please God, don't take narcotics or even Tylenol if you can at all avoid it. Go to a proctologist. Demand, scream if you have to. Make them hold your hand while you take a shit in the clinic bathroom so that they understand you need a proctologist. Okay? This is all if for some crazy reason you don't demand the stool softener after giving vaginal birth. Please demand the stool softener, I beg of you. Please. We don't have like lunatic asylums anymore. Where are you going to end up? Where are you going to end up? Okay, like this, like me, here. Woohoo. Telling your shit stories on YouTube? Maybe you just might. I got a fissurotomy. They went in, right up in. They spread your cheeks apart and they have like things that hold your cheeks apart while the whole team is around your naked ass body. Did you know that you're naked for surgeries? I had had like 4 or 5 surgeries before I realized you're butt ass naked for your surgeries. So you know, I have no idea. Having had 13, 14 surgical procedures, Utah has seen me naked. It is what it is. And they didn't even have to pay. I paid. My God, I paid thousands of dollars for them all to see me butt ass naked. Not only that, to violate me. My goodness. Yeah, this one's not getting monetized. So anyway, they had to get in there, cut out bad tissue, clean out bad tissue. I was on rounds of antibiotics. They had to sew things back up as per, get them back to normal. I had to be on a clear liquid diet for ages and only very slowly start reintroducing other liquids, soft foods, and then eventually like real people food. Because my ass couldn't handle it. So number 2 is demand the stool softener. If you get nothing else from me, if I do nothing else in this life, it is this. I have spread the word of the stool softener. Stool softener, stool softener, stool softener, stool softener. Demand it. So that's 1 and 2, and we're already at almost 40 minutes. And I do promise I will get into the comments. I promise. But just to reiterate, I got to finish thoughts. Otherwise, they are choo-choo trains in the night going right up those same canals. Butthole surfing. That was the name of a band, wasn't it? Butthole Surfers back in the 90s. So anyhow, we got to finish thoughts here. Mama's got to finish thoughts. Know how to do the breathing, even if you fully expect and plan on getting an epidural. Learn how to do the breathing, because girl, you're going to suffer and you're going to have to wait. And 2, demand the stool softener. They're not going to give it to you. Like once you've had an epidural, you're not getting anything orally. You get ice chips, maybe a moist swab, but you're not eating or drinking anything. Just in case you do need to go into like an emergency C-section of some kind, they need to make sure you're not going to aspirate or anything. So they're not going to give you any oral medications, which stool softeners generally are. They can also go right up your butthole. Stool softeners can. You can have suppositories for that, and we'll talk about that more in another video. But if you try to put a suppository stool softener up your ass during labor and delivery, it's going to come right back out. It's not even going to have time to soften and melt and come out. It's just going to come right back out from all of the bearing down and the straining and the, whatever. And I don't know if they would even consider or allow a suppository of a stool softener during that process. That might be a thing. I don't know. We should look into that. But as soon as sweet baby Julie Jr. has left the birthing canal, has come into this gloriously awful world, demand the stool softener. I beg of you. That's 1 and 2. The most important things that I wish I had known before giving birth. Now, I do have a couple of others, but we're going to get into the comments because we're already at 40 minutes. And also I need a little more coffee. And then if we have time, we'll get into the others. And if not, then I will put them into like an edited video. And honestly, number 3 is pretty heavy. We might save that for an edited video. I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm just going to tell you what number 3 is. And then you guys tell me, shall we discuss it here or shall we save it for like an edited video? And that is loss. Loss and maternal and fetal mortality in the birthing process. Which just means, yes, you can still die giving birth. I know we're now not out on the Oregon Trail. You can still die giving birth. And the U.S. of America has some of the highest mortality rates of civilized countries in the world. So that is number 3, is to know what you're getting into when you go into it. Maybe we'll save that for either another live stream with lots of like trigger warnings and stuff like that, or maybe a recorded video. I don't know. We'll get your guys' thoughts. But anyhow, okay. Oh, I'm totally comfortable with talking about it, Bonnie, because I have had pregnancy loss, but I haven't had like a stillbirth, that kind of thing. I have very much nearly died. And that was with Mariah. Her and I were both at death's door. And so it would be more kind of relating that story, her birth and what we went through with that, in order to highlight the fact that, yes, you can still die giving birth. And even if you live, your baby can still die at birth or be born stillborn. Important things to know. Hey, if you're going to go through all this and like completely, let's be real, destroy your body, it will not ever be the thing that it once was. It never will. You can do a lot of things to try to get back, you know, to a semblance of what you once were, but you are changing your body and your life forever. So I just want you to know what you're doing before you do. Okay, comments. Hi, Phyllis. Kitty is off on maneuvers somewhere. Oh, it wasn't the sign. It was the sigma. Oh my God. You're using like Greek alphabets or whatever. What are you? That was the person that I like told off at the beginning of the video. Anyway, it was wild. You had to have been here or watch the replay. Anyway, okay. Hi, Holly. Thanks for being here. Phyllis, Judy. I think I said hi to you all. There's my sweet Renee. She's been swiffering. Judy, how lucky for you to have known so many things before giving birth, but that doesn't surprise me at all because you are a highly educated professional woman. And so I am certain that you did. You researched and you looked into it and you prepared yourself. And I want more people to do that. And I wish I had done that. But then the question would be, do you feel like it made a big difference? Having done the research, having known the things. Renee, no, there is no generic to Xolair. They've tried. It can only be made in San Francisco, California. That's my allergy medicine for those that don't know. Oh, Bonnie, we can absolutely talk about the myth the misnomer, I love that word, the misnomer of morning sickness. We'll do a whole before you get pregnant. Because today because it's Labor Day here in America, I'm focusing more on the labor and delivery, the birthing process. But absolutely, next Monday, you know what? Let's do that. Bonnie, let's do that. Next Monday, Menopause Monday, we're going to talk about what you need to know before you get pregnant. Okay? Interesting, Judy. The breathing didn't help you. That is so good to know. And that partially answers what I just asked you. That is really good to know. Bonnie had an emergency C-section. Holly says, anyone that says labor is so joyous is lying. Agreed. I had sickness throughout pregnancy and spent 72, Jesus God, 72 hours in labor. Did they not? I don't think most places, at least not here in the US of America, will let you labor that long anymore. They'll pull the baby. They'll chop you open and pop that sucker out, because that is so dangerous for you and the baby. Yeah, Judy, they won't admit you until, I mean, it's like time. Baby's about to come out. Baby's like, hello world. And they're like, you got to stop pushing. The doctor's not here yet. Stop pushing. What the hell do you mean, stop pushing? I have got a missile forcing its way out of my vagina. Stop pushing because the doctor's not here? Give me a break. Oh, we have other stories about that, let me tell you. Oh, Bonnie, that is so beautiful. Bonnie helped her kitty give birth. That is so wonderful. That sounds beautiful. Judy was screaming more than breathing. And I'm with you. I'm with you.
That's understandable.
I actually got to where it wasn't as much that I was screaming as I couldn't breathe at all. Like, there wasn't even breath to scream because my brain could not handle the pain. And and it was just like shutting down. It's like, we are closed for business. We're done. Foreclosure. It's happening. Not only that, implosion. We're blowing up the building, and it's over. I could not breathe. I could not speak. I could not scream. And she had to, I am serious, get right in my face and help me remember how to breathe at all, and then how to breathe effectively. Yeah. Oh, Judy, Jesus God. That's the other one. Tearing. I will add that here because I didn't write that down, because it is part of my life. The tears, the snip, and the stitches, those were so traumatic to me that I've very seldom thought about them unless I absolutely had to. But they are something we're going to have to talk about. We're going to have to talk about. Are you serious, Judy? Give me a break. They wanted you to stop screaming. I would be wanting to slap them. It's screaming or I slap you.
Give birth to the
I mean,
right into their face.
One is gonna happen. What do you prefer? Oh, you're scaring the other. They're getting their vagina split open too. Or they're about to. They should be scared, goddammit. They should absolutely be scared. You're going to get ripped in half for a watermelon. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I do have my fan. Ooh.
Just drink some water, bro.
Oh, it's okay. I'm good. Oh, Woo. Ooh. Okay. All right. So we're just going to turn this up real high just for a minute. Just So anyway, Phyllis, I don't know if you heard that I answered. Kitty's outside. Hi, Shatika, my darling. For Judy, labor was torture. Sounds like it. Not even allowed her right as a woman to scream. It's like telling a woman to calm down. Don't ever do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ooh. I mean, wars are started over that. There's mass family annihilation over telling a woman to calm down. I don't know what other horrible things have happened, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened with that serial killer, Eileen Wuornos. One of them guys told her to calm down. Had to be the start of it all. Okay, Bonnie, yeah, back in the day, she's talking about enemas. Back in the day, this had, and I guess it also depends on like where, because I know Liz is like my age. So I don't know if this was with older children or what, Bonnie, but most places do not recommend an enema before giving birth anymore. But it did used to be common practice. Why? I don't know, because didn't want you to have, horror of horrors, to have a bowel movement while you were delivering. You don't even know if you've had a bowel movement, and most women do have one, unless you've got absolutely nothing in your system. And the nurse quietly cleans it up, takes it away, clears the situation. But I think they were afraid of it being a sanitation issue, perhaps, that you were going to cause a problem to the brand new baby. Well, you don't shit while you're pushing the baby out and they come out at the same time in like a horrific fecal slip and slide. That's not what happens, Mimi. That is not what happens.
Gross.
Okay? If you're gonna shit during your laboring, it's gonna come out well before Junior's head pops out. Okay? And your nurse is gonna clean that up well before Junior ever gets there. Okay? Okay. But they were worried about it before. So yeah, they would make you have an enema. As if you weren't already going through enough. We're like preparing for a colonoscopy. Why? Well, we learn as we go. You drove yourself, Judy? Ugh. Judy, my educated, modern woman. Just because we're trying to be strong, independent women does not mean we throw our rationale completely out the window. Though we are in the US of America, where you would then have to pay for an ambulance, and I'm 3 years into paying one off, so I do understand. But Judy, I know you were in pain and it was horrific, but you don't want to take the whole highway with you. You know what I mean? You're going to be blowing up your vagina. You don't need to blow up, I-95. Judy lives in New York, so I-95. Gorgeous. Side note, I-95 in fall. If you have the opportunity, do it. It will change your life. Watch out for the deer. Oh, but Judy, I'm sorry that you had to drive yourself. My God. Awful. Oh, Phyllis, Jesus. I had a lot of bloody show before giving birth. After, I gratefully did not have like hemorrhaging and that kind of thing. I got very lucky, but that's another thing. Oh, there's some gross stuff. Giving birth. Yeah, beautiful, wonderful, bringing life. It is disgusting. Disgusting. Worth it. I love my babies. I would not change that. It is so gross. Can I say mucus plug? Oh, seriously, chills. Blech. Blech. Mucus plug. Adding that to the list. Hold on. Another of those things that I've just like burned out of my memory, but very important. Oh, and then hemorrhaging. Oh, how the hell you spell that? Okay. Onward. Oh, Holly, my final epidural with Mariah, awful. So by that time, the arthritis had deformed my spine enough that they struggled to get it in there, and I have pictures of my back and so many injection points where they tried to get the epidural in. Horrific, absolutely horrific. Let me check. Oh, we have 32%. Awful. I feel you on that. Bonnie. That is straight out of a horror movie. Bonnie did go in the ambulance, but they didn't lock, oh my God, didn't lock the wheels of the gurney. Like, are they trying to help get the baby out? Is this some procedure that I am unfamiliar with, woefully unfamiliar, that can help get the baby? I know jumping on the trampoline is supposed to help, get that baby down there, and having like lots of very awkward sex can help get the baby moving down. I had not heard of riding with unlocked wheels in an ambulance to help get the baby out. But okay. Jesus. Exactly, Holly. And that's why I say that every person giving birth has the right to scream at someone, to say, why did you do this to me? Or you did this to me, you son of a biscuit, whatever. You have that right. In fact, I feel like it should be included in like some kind of maternity, labor, and delivery package, gift or goodie bag. I don't know how that would make sense, but I think it should. Oh, Vicky, how awful. Oh my God. Holy cow, Vicky, that is quite the story. Ugh. Well, yeah, because they tell you don't push, wait for the doctor. You can't. I have heard, okay, other horror stories of nurses pushing the baby. Oh, I feel like I'm going to throw up. Pushing the baby back in.
Why would you do that?
To wait for the doctor.
Stupid.
Pushing the baby back in.
Just tell the doctor to hurry up.
Now, I sincerely hope this doesn't happen anymore. But I don't know. You tell me. Yeah, Holly, the stitches. Even worse for me was oh God, I don't know if I was going to say it real loud, real quick, and then I'm not going to talk about it again until I've had like time to prepare, because it's like in the brain, But the snip, the sound of it, the feel of it, the sound of the like, Let's see, like it makes me want to vomit. The what is it? Perineal snip, so that you don't tear. Okay, only had it done on the first one. After that, I was like, no, you let that freaking thing tear. I'm not good. Ha. We'll get into that another time when I don't have like coffee and cream in my tummy. Okay. We'll just have like Sprite or 7-Up or something. Ugh. Oh, wonderful, Rita. I'm so glad you saw the video of your wind chime in my garden. I love it so much. Oh, yeah, Bonnie. Yeah, just stay out of a woman's arm's reach, like as she is in the throes of labor. Just stay out of the way. Just scoot scoot yourself back, or you're in the line of fire. Oh, you didn't know either, Judy, about the stool softener on your first one? Ooh. Oh, Holly, how delightful. Oh, my grandma brought me one of those ginormous bars of chocolate after my births, or one of them. That is so delightful, Holly. They got toast and a teapot of hot tea, so typically British. Oh, and I bet they called you love. Oh, oh. And you didn't go into debt. Oh, oh. Paying for your baby. Oh, oh. Especially if something went wrong. Ah, and they had to spend a week in the ICU. Ah. Reagan. Well over $100,000. And that was 16 years ago. America. Presidents, not kings, since 1776. Okay. Oh. Oh. You didn't know how to change diapers, Judy. Interesting. Breastfeeding was a disaster. I hear that. We'll talk. Okay. All right. So James was actually the first to do the diaper changing in our family, at least the very first diaper, because I was terrified because Olivia was like this big and I was terrified of changing her diaper. I got to where I could do it. I was fine. But he was first. Yeah. And I am forever grateful for that. And once he showed that, yes, you can change this baby's diaper and it's not going to break her, then, that helped with my own, confidence. Changing diapers. Oh, and breastfeeding. It is so the whole giving birth, period, is awkward and violating. But then when you've got to have a lactation specialist, man or woman, come in and help maneuver your boob, especially if your husband's right there and you get a guy, that's weird. But you got to learn, and the only way to learn is to do. You can try to learn, I guess, before popping your baby out, but I don't know how effective that could possibly be, because it's a partnership between you and your infant. So no matter how much training and trying you do, until your milk comes in and your baby's able to latch, there's no feeding happening. So you got to work it together. It's a teamwork thing. And there's a great possibility that you're not going to be able to breastfeed, no matter how much you really want to, no matter how much you try. Your baby just might be a nope. Just might not be possible. That does happen. We'll talk about that another time. Oh, Holly, you just made my day. Oh my God, you just made my day. Holly, I appreciate that you appreciate my particular flavor of storytelling. Thank you. Oh, hi, Jamie. Thanks for being here. Jamie. Oh, Jesus God, poor Jamie. I got here and all I heard was pooping and booty holes. Because here on this channel, we're talking about it. We're jumping in. We are jumping in. Judy, all of Long Island has seen me naked too. Yeah, guys, seriously. Once you have had like a bazillion surgeries, everyone has seen all of your business. All of it. All of it. You just got to accept it. It is strange though, like looking a doctor in the eyes like at a follow-up visit, when you know they know you so much better than you will ever know them. Strange relationship. Mm-mm-mm.
It's a kitty. Mom, kitty's at the door.
Yeah, I saw. This is my preciosa. See, Vicky, that's what I'm talking about. And oh, that is so awful. So Vicky's, hold on. Vicky's dad's first wife died during childbirth. And then also the son passed away as well. And that is so awful. So awful. But yes, it still happens. And as I was saying earlier, the US of America has one of the highest maternal, that means the mama, mortality, that means death rates of all the first world countries. So, because we're the best. Da, da, da. And we want to have the highest numbers of USA. Everything. That's right. USA. USA. So anyhow, anyway, Liz wasn't breathing when she was born. Neither was Reagan, my son and middle child. And he's the one that spent all the time in the ICU. And I was grateful to be able to stay in there with him. Not like right with him, but with him. Miscarriages. That'll be another one that I'll have to prepare for, but we will. Just putting it on the list for when we talk about everything you want to know or should know, need to know before you get pregnant. We'll go into that. But I'm going to have to prepare for that. Oh, Vicky, my God. So yeah, stillborn. Yeah, those, see, these horrible things happen. Oh yeah, Judy, when you're changing boy babies, you gotta you gotta put the clean diaper right on over their little spout while you're doing everything else. Otherwise, you are very liable to get sprayed. And especially depending on how talented they are at wielding that thing. So, oh, Victoria. For one, hi, Victoria. That is one of my favorite names my entire life. Victoria. I've always loved that name. Anyhow. Oh, and there's Love Yourself, Please, who I have not seen in forever and ever. Thanks for being here. But Victoria, I feel you on that, on the epidural not working on the second one and nurses not wanting to have kids after that. I have said a million times, and someday we'll go into the whole story of Mariah's birth that my sister witnessed. She still doesn't have kids. Connection? I think so. For one thing, love yourself, please. I'm going to try not to judge here on the situation, but I'm just going to say it. And maybe you'll have a really good reason, and it is what it is in different family dynamics. But what the hell was your daddy doing in the room? Maybe you have a different relationship. I mean, it could be, and that's fine. And you wanted his comfort or something. But no, personally for me, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then for him to tell you to just relax. Ooh, boy, that got the juices flowing. Yeah, I'm not surprised you thought your mom was going to kill him. It would have been justified, though. Mm-hmm. Judy, okay, that's another one we'll add. Getting to the hospital and actually getting into the labor and delivery. My God. Hi, Halkanen. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, there is no shame. Absolutely no shame if you are not able to breastfeed. Don't ever let anyone get on your back about that. Absolutely not. Jamie, my Lord in heaven. All right, what are we going to do? Let's see. We need to do kind of a production of some kind. Okay, I know. Why am I? Because there comes Jamie cruising in for yet another.
You got new shoes, Mom?
Yeah, I did. Another coffee, much needed, and you're just so great. With $5 Canadian, saying maybe another coffee. Okay, my love, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna give? What are we gonna give? Here we go. I know. This is very apropos. We're going to simulate to an extent my labor and delivery breathing skills. Here we go. This is just coming off the top of my head, but I have promised that from here on out in this economy, that anytime anyone does a super chat or super sticker here on the YouTubes, on our live streams, they're getting a performance. So not just a thank you. No, you're getting a performance. All right, so it looks a little something like this. Here we go. Hold on. Trying to harness that 9th grade drama class, the skills. And to not laugh, because, babe, you're not laughing during active labor. Okay. Unless you're psychotic, then maybe you are, but I don't know.
I probably would.
All right, it's like this. Okay, hold on. Okay. Here we go. Okay, hold on. It's almost done. It's almost done. It's almost done. Okay. Okay. Oh, hi, Grandma. I didn't see you there. Whew. You bastard son of a whore. Oh, wait, it's coming again. Here we go. Okay, that's all I'm giving.
Kitty, stop messing with
Because
me.
Kitty's over here worried about me. Kitty. Oh, hold on. I can't barely breathe. Oh, that was way too much too far. Hyperventilation, and Kitty, like, freaked out. And hold on, gotta catch my...
You were like, Grandma, hi. You were like, oh, I feel right.
Oh, dizzy. Jesus God. Oh, Jamie, I hope that was enough. I hope you got your $5 Canadian worth. I gotta drink some water. Hold on. Ooh, dizzy. And that's another thing. Dizzy. Dizzy and nauseated. Those are things. Oh, and now? Oh, Kitty, lo siento, gatita preciosa, hermosa, Angelita. Todo bien, gatita. Kitty, estoy aquí. Todo bien. Todo bien, gatita preciosa. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Yeah. Kitty got scared. So now she's plopped here in front of me. Kitty, wanting to make sure I'm okay. Gatita, Angelita, todo bien. Mijita, estoy aquí. Todo bien, gatita preciosa. Todo bien. Lo siento, gatita. Oops. Yeah, she's just hanging out. She want to make sure everything's okay. We'll be a little more careful next time, whenever and if we have other super chats and super stickers and I do a performance. We'll do something a little less, I don't know. We'll try not to scare poor Kitty. Huh? Preciosa. Oh, querida. Maldita regalita del cielo. But anyway, there you go. Very Shakespearean. I do what I can. Oh, Victoria. Jesus God. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is a horror. And I am so sorry that you went through that. And my heart goes out to you. And after all that work, that's the other thing. And we're going to talk about that in the what you need to know before you get pregnant. You put the bun in the oven, you all the work of, preparing it, baking it, whatever, not to make light of it, but just to make it a little more digestible. And then you don't even get to enjoy those fruits of your labors. And it cruel. Just one of the most cruel things. Oh, yeah, Jamie. We'll try to shoot for a little. I do what I can. Something a little less exhausting in my responses to super stickers and super chats. You will still, I promise you, get a performance. You will. But we're just going to try not to scare Kitty because she is literally still there. She's still there, making sure I'm okay. So we'll have to I don't know, we're going to work on it. We're going to see, we're going to experiment. Maybe just a noisemaker. But that's not enough. Not after what we have done so far. I'll think on it. I'll think. We'll see. But then sometimes you just want to go with the moment, You just want to go with the moment. You want to embrace the inspiration. You want to stay kind of on topic. And so, you end up simulating labor and delivery. So it's and scaring the cat. We'll see what happens. But anyway, okay.
Have the cat with you during labor.
I wonder if they'd let you have a cat. No, it's not sanitary.
Exactly.
Okay, maybe a little dance. Do a little dance. Make a little love. We'll see. We'll see what we come up with. I will think of things.
You could give them a song performance.
I'm not going to sing for them. We're not doing that.
Come on. Your voice is so
Ooh,
pretty.
that is such a good idea, Pamela. What you need to know. Ooh, and Holly, you guys are both on the same, you're on the train together. Choo choo. Okay, here we go. Bringing the baby home. Postpartum. Boy. Lots to know. So much to know. Yeah, absolutely. Holly and Pamela. Yeah, it's on the list. We will talk about everything you got to know before bringing that baby home. Because there's a lot to it. I am not kidding. When when Olivia was a baby, yeah, I got to the point of hallucinating. Because I had not had sleep. Because I thought, well, when she sleeps, I need to clean the house. And then even if not cleaning the house, then I was sitting watching her. Is she breathing? Is she breathing? Is she breathing? Is she breathing? Till finally, yeah, hallucinating and then it was, okay, all right, fine. Yeah, I guess I do need to sleep. Anyway. CPR. Very, very good to know. And I'll also say things to not do and to watch out for. Know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm done. That took a lot out of me. I think on these Menopause Mondays, especially when we are talking about sometimes difficult topics, and things that have been also difficult for myself, and where I am sharing more difficult personal stories and experiences, they take a lot out of me. So we're not going like trying to shoot for 2 and 3 hour live streams for these ones. We're not doing that. We'll just break them up a little bit more. So next Monday, what did we say we're going to do? Oh, we're going to talk about what you need to know before getting pregnant. And especially if you live in America in this current time. There's things I'm going to have to put in this video that I never would have imagined I would need to put in such a video in the US of America in 2025, but we're gonna have to. Anyway, you all are wonderful. You're so kind and so generous and so loving, and I appreciate so much you sharing your own personal stories and sufferings and, you know, lessons you learned and all that kind of stuff. It helps. I know that there's so much in there that will help other mothers and families. And maybe, just maybe, it'll even help you to share the stuff and share in this safe little community that we are growing here, where you find the support and the camaraderie that I think we all desperately need, especially now. So, oh, Rita, I'm so glad that you enjoy that. We've got lots more stories coming, lots more TMI. I mean, we talk about buttholes here, and it's important because I care about your butthole. I do. I truly do. And that's how you know. Yeah, love. That's what that is. That's love. When you care about someone's back end, that's love. Okay, so I'm going to go. We will see you guys tomorrow. I do not know what time, but it'll be a much lighter conversation than this. We'll save this heavier stuff for Mondays. I think that's a good idea. All right, my darlings, have a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your Labor Day if you are here in America. Remember, presidents, not kings, since 1776. Let's not ruin a good thing if we can help it. Okay. Bye-bye. Stool softener.